family. I am Tina Cannon of Nayana Birthing, and I wanted to drop five resources for moms and families desiring to begin educating themselves on what's available within the community when you're considering working on conception, when you're considering actually your birth and labor and postpartum. So, for those who do not know, I am a birth worker within North Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, and New Orleans. And I help women with resources and guides through their birth, through conception, through labor, through those things. First resource that I find really, really helpful is EFT. EFT is a meridian channel blockage removal system where you actually check into your body and figure out where the pain and the trauma actually stems from, whether that's trauma during birth or trauma from your childhood, different things that come up, and actually your body holds that pain along different chakras and median lines. It is used for releasing energetic blockages, also pain. It also helps with finding out what is the belief that you're holding that may be causing pain within your body, which affects labor, which affects the ability to believe that you can. I ask, what's the belief? And then I show different techniques to start tapping along the body to release those things. A lot of things that affect us as adults stem from what we experience between 0 and 10 as a childhood, traumas, pain, experience, emotional triggers, things like that. And as adults, it pops up sometimes when we're triggered by something that reminds us of whatever the original trigger was. I suggest learning how to check into how you feel, because when you're carrying not just yourself and you're actually carrying a child and preparing to birth, actually moms really should check in just for their emotional health, because a lot of times everyone is so focused on the baby that we forget about the mom and the mom's needs. Is she eating enough? How are you feeling about breastfeeding? How are you feeling about carrying this baby? The amygdala, which is housed in our brain, also deals with the fight, flight, or fight syndrome. So sometimes when we think that what is pain as adults, it actually stems from stressors within our bodies, within our minds first. So to calm that, I teach women and their mothers and their families EFT practices and just different ways to balance and align chakras to help with pain that they may be experiencing in their body. So the first resource that I would suggest is EFT. And basically, to think about it simply, when we're afraid, when we're traumatized, when we're triggered, the blood flow leaves our brain and goes to our arms and legs, and that triggers or allows us to have that need to run or need to fight, that feeling that something is after us. But sometimes we are triggered by things that we have to reset our minds about. The second tip is a Hakaa. A Hakaa is a suction breast pump. It costs less than $20. You can use it anywhere for people who are going back to work or planning to work or being able to still breastfeed or hand pump. That's a great tool. It's less than $20. Um, and I think it's a really, really cool option for mothers that want to breastfeed and don't have the money or not really interested in using a huge breast pump, because sometimes you may not have the space to carry one around for work. A Hakaa is about this big and it's suction powered. So you attach it to your breast, can pretty much pump while you're driving, while you're working. For people who are going back to work, that eliminates some of the stresses about being able to pump while you're at work and still store in those things. It's easy to use, it's cost effective, less than $10, $20, depending on where you look. You can look on Amazon, eBay, or Wish. Those are the top 3 websites that I can think of right now. And I'm sharing that particular tool because I'm sharing in hopes to promote more women wanting to learn about easy things that they can do to implement breastfeeding in their life and to encourage breastfeeding longer periods of time. Studies show that breastfed babies are healthier, smarter, stronger, those things. So if we teach childbirth education or like how to breastfeed, how to position and how to actually breastfeed your baby, then we have more moms who are knowledgeable about those things. The third tip is to add at least 5 fruits and vegetables to your daily routine in the form of smoothies, herbs, teas, baths, cooking with these herbs and things to actually promote nutritional wellness. A lot of mothers who are now caring for themselves and another person, they're normally nutrient starved. Like on a cellular level, they're actually starving, even though they're eating a lot of food. Sometimes those foods have no calories or no nutrients in them. So adding more fruits and vegetables to improve nutrition for the health of you, your family, and the baby. Herbal helpers are different herbs that you can add for anemia, for people who are anemic, or different things, being able to sleep. A few herbs that I would recommend: red raspberry tea, chamomile, skullcap, thyme, ginger mint tea. Those are a few herbs and different fruits and vegetables. For women who don't really eat a lot of fruit and vegetables, I would suggest starting with one that you actually like and learning different ways to prepare it and put it within your meal planning. Vegetables too. They can also be added to smoothies, salads, and just different ways to cook and add more things to your diet. There's also farmers co-ops. Check out the farmers market, food pantries, local farmers within the area, vegan pods, local farmers, herbs that grow in your area are a few ways that you can add more herbs, and also just going through the grocery stores and looking at what herbs, fruits, and vegetables are available and which ones are you willing to try. Fourth tip is being to know about local resources near you. Know about WIC, know about the Leche League, know about different chiropractors, know about different doulas and midwives in your area. Also, some resources would be some journals, art journals, bulletin journals. A book that I recommend along with resources is Ina May's Guide to Breastfeeding. Also, the 5 love languages, to understand how you receive love, and as well as how the people around you receive and give love, so that there's less conflict around what to do and how to help someone who may be getting ready to birth and labor, as well as how they actually receive or how they like to receive love. Another resource is Evidence-Based Birth, and that's a podcast based on research and statistics around different things that are in labor, birth, midwifery from different doctors or healthcare providers, by Rebecca Decker. Also a podcast, The Chronicles of Jaded Kisses, follows me as a doula studying midwifery and the things that I'm learning, answering questions for different local moms, and just different things that I find that are helpful. The final tip or the final resource, also another resource near you, would be to check in with mental health advocates, different drug and alcohol abuse centers, the LGBTQ connections. If you are in those communities, finding out where you can go and have doctors, midwives, nurses that are actually LGBTQ friendly, and also childbirth education classes, breastfeeding classes, affirmation journals, food journals to keep track of what you're eating and how some of the more unhealthy things can be replaced by things that are actually healthy. Sketchbooks to write affirmations and write down the things that you're actually grateful for. When you start your day being grateful, sometimes that emotionally helps you power through the rest of your day. Just finding one thing to be grateful for every day during pregnancy. Sometimes it can be stressful, but learning how to eliminate stress, pain, and working on nutrition and wellness actually turns around a lot of diseases that we're seeing. Final resource is to actually move your feet. Not everybody is big on exercise, and it doesn't necessarily have to look how you want it to. So finding things that you actually enjoy and being able to do that throughout your pregnancy. Each day that you're thinking about conceiving within the next 12 to 18 months, begin to brainstorm ways to be more active. Acro yoga, Pilates, running, walking, dancing, drumming, all of these different things to actually help promote, even sex, to actually promote a healthy childbirth and healthy labor. Choose whatever makes you happy and become healthier prior to a positive test result. I feel that most people wait until they're 6 months pregnant before they start doing their research. But if you know that you are actively planning and working on your conception, it's ideal that women, families, and their support systems start planning anywhere from 12 to 18 months out, looking up resources, figuring out what's in your area. If you want a doula, what doctor do you want? Does this OB, is he breastfeeding friendly? Will he allow you to change positions, or are you planning on laboring at home? final thought, remember you are capable of having a healthy, and peaceful birth. It's all about studying and knowing what resources you have to make informed decisions. Okay, guys, so if you need additional support along your journey, tune in to the Jaded Kisses podcast weekly on Thursdays. It's available on iTunes and Spotify. And also be sure to join the newsletter for different giveaways and upcoming trainings. Okay, till tomorrow, guys. I will see you tomorrow with 5 more tips that I feel like most families and breastfeeding or people planning on conceiving in the next couple of months could use. And until then, peace.